Welcome to the Angry Expatriate Swede and the 1 week delayed, although first episode of This Week in the Nordics, where I will cover some of the news that came out of the Nordic countries, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, Iceland and Greenland during the last 7 days before today. But before I do that, I would like to ask everyone who's watching to follow me on Substack. There is a link to my Substack account in the pinned comment in the comment field. So please click that link. Go ahead and follow. And if you feel in a good mood, click that you donate $7 a month to my work. That is of course completely voluntary. With this being said, let's get into what happened in the Nordic countries during the last 7 days. Actually, I'll begin with Tuesday, September 7, because, well, that's where my note starts. So, we'll start from there. On Tuesday, September 7th, 2021, in Sweden, it was reported that a government employee spent 55 hours calling himself in order to avoid talking to customers. The man was an employee of the Swedish tax agency, according to the mainstream media newspaper Dagens Nyheter. Also in Sweden, the Swedish government, which consists of the Social Democrats and the Green Party, proposed that the interest is raised with 0.5% on student loans taken after 1989. The raise on the student loan interest is supposed to cover debts that the Swedish National Board of Student Aid does not count on ever getting back, and also to finance student aid for education during midlife. On Wednesday, September 8th, in Norway, Oslo City Council have decided that modern racism and discrimination shall be included into the curriculum of the schools in the Norwegian capital city. By modern racism and discrimination, the Oslo City Council obviously means critical race theory. In Sweden, early in the morning, several cars were burning in a neighborhood in Tingsryd, a locality of roughly 3,000 people. The fire department received alarms or alerts about the fire at 5:30 a.m. Denmark. The Danish government, which consists of the Social Democrats, announced a proposition that immigrants need to work full-time to receive welfare. Finland. The trial against 6 employees of Åland Post started. They are charged for having imported, stored, packaged and distributed doping substances. The trial is planned to take 4 weeks. Iceland. It was reported that between June 1st and August 31st this year, nearly 900,000 passengers passed through Keflavik International Airport. This is an increase of 204% compared to the same time last year, but a reduction of 64% compared to the same time in 2019. Greenland. It was reported that during August, 1,316 people were registered as job seekers. This is 373 less than in August last year. Thursday, September 9th. Sweden. Wilmer Beckman, a blind 21-year-old resident of Stockholm, is denied transportation services for the disabled. He was denied the services by the Stockholm Regional Council, and the Supreme Court of Sweden refuses to try his case. The young man himself says that he doesn't want to be a burden on the taxpayers. Also in Sweden, Christopher Sjödin, a priest in the nominal Lutheran Church of Sweden in the city of Umeå, stated during a radio interview that it would be fantastic if old churches were turned into mosques. Friday, September 10th, 2021. Sweden. Jimmy Åkesson, leader of the Sweden Democrats, criticized Hungary and Poland, accusing the countries of slipping away from democracy. Sweden. During the afternoon, a high school student at Brinell Gymnasiet in the locality of Nässjö was severely wounded by a stabbing and sent to hospital. Norway. Bent Høie, Minister of Health and a member of Høyre, Norway's so-called conservative party, stated that there will be no special rules for the unvaxxed. Finland. Johanna Vartiainen, mayor of Helsinki and a member of the National Coalition Party, who also happens to be the chairman of Pohjola Norden, an association promoting Nordic cooperation, accuses the former Secretary General of Pohjola Norden, Mikael Oksanen, of having forged his signature. This was done in order to get a yearly closure of the association approved. And yesterday, Saturday, September 11th, 2021, Sweden, in the city of Örebro, Ingmars Herrekipering, a clothing store for men, have locked their doors due to thefts and threats. Customers who want to enter the clothing store now need to ring a bell to be allowed to enter the store. Also in Sweden, all local employees at the Swedish embassy in Kabul, Afghanistan, were giving free tickets to Sweden with their families. They consist of 1,100 people and they are all now in Sweden. Ann Linde, Sweden's Minister of Foreign Affairs and a Social Democrat, calls this fantastic. Norway. Almost all of the public buses in Oslo are to be electrified before 2023. This will cost 50 million Norwegian kroner, which is roughly 5 million euros and roughly $6 million per year. Denmark. At the National Party meeting of the Socialist People's Party, Party Chairman Pia Olsen Dyr stated that she wants the Mohammed cartoons in school curriculums, although she does not want to legislate about it. And Finland. At 11:30 a.m., the police were notified that someone put up the Islamic State flag on a walking bridge by Kivikko in Helsinki. It is not yet known who put up the flag, but it is under police investigation. So these are some of the stories that came out of the Nordic countries, Finland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Iceland and Greenland, during the last week, or during this week, the 7 days before this day. And I will publish a new episode next Sunday, starting with news from today until next Saturday. And tomorrow I intend to post This Week in the Baltics with news from the Baltic countries from the 7 days up until today. And before I end this, I also want to mention that the general election, the parliament election in Norway, is tomorrow. So, of course, however that one goes, will be a story in the next episode of This Week in the Nordics. So, tune in again next week. Tune in to This Week in the Baltics tomorrow. If you understand Swedish, you can tune into everything I do. But if you don't, you can still follow my channel and watch This Week in the Nordics and This Week in the Baltics and the occasional English-speaking video that I may produce every now and then. So, thanks a lot to everyone watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.